When looking at how an effective teacher balances the demands of a standards-based curriculum, it is important to note that the teacher is aware of the individual needs of their students to differentiate the curriculum to best meet their needs. In the state of North Carolina, which is where I work, we utilize the standard courses study along with our 21st century skills for learners to provide a focus and plan for our instruction. So through mandated curriculum that's imposed upon us from our district, teachers are able to take that scripted and mandated curriculum and differentiate that delivery of instruction to provide scaffolds and enrichment to meet the needs of all their learners. So I currently work as an instructional coach at a school in the grades K through 5, and I get to see this in all grade levels when I'm working with teachers to provide scaffolded supports for students who are struggling with the grade level content in order to meet them where they are and to make the student feel successful in their learning. So they're still receiving that grade level content, but it's just in a smaller chunk to help them better process the content that's being delivered. I also assist teachers with using data to help drive their small group instruction to provide students with additional supports or enrichment through small group activities. So we also work on procedures to help promote independence with students within all grade levels to ensure that the teacher can give equitable time and attention to each group. I feel like with the onset of COVID, there has been a multitude of resources that can be used to help teachers to differentiate their instruction and facilitation of it within the classroom. So before COVID times, one of the best things that I use technology for is to assist with my students who were on IEPs, in order to help facilitate that differentiation. So I've used it in order to help my students with those disabilities to assist them with participating in our writing instruction in order to make sure that they are still working on the same content that other students are, but are doing it in a way that is meaningful and beneficial to them. So some of the students that I've worked with in the past have physical capabilities that enable them to not write with paper or pencil or even type. So through different talk-to-text apps on devices at school, my students can produce their writing just like all other students in a room, but in a way that was functional for them. Recently, with the delivery of math instruction, I really use small groups to meet the needs of my students to teach the lesson for the day in homogeneous groups to address the needs of those students. So while I'm providing this instruction, face-to-face with students, I do have a group of students who are able to access a program called Zern, where I can go in and differentiate the lessons that are given to them based on their needs from the previous day's lessons, or to help fill in gaps in areas that they seem to be a little bit further behind in based on pre-module assessments as well as some baseline data. And this allows the students to feel really successful at their level and build their confidence and independence within the classroom. So Robler and Hughes remind us that technology is to be used to promote rather than conflict with equitable goals for a democratic society. So through lessons that our district has created on digital citizenship, my students are given clear expectations for technology use and are shown the proper behaviors for device safety and responsible use of technology to support their learning. And our district has done a really great job with creating these lessons so that it's streamlined across our district in case students transfer. To consistent, and something that they also do is really provide great professional development for our teachers in order to ensure that our teachers are up to date on the best practices and applications to help boost their level of differentiation and delivery of instruction in order to take it to the next level.